I suppose this is all about a few reminiscences about our time with group training. I personally have been involved since late 1981. For 8 or 9 years when I started. You came a little bit later, but there were 3 or 4 schemes as I recall. The sorts of things that, trying to think of the things that stick in one's mind during the 8 or 9 years that I was involved was perhaps the smallness of the operation. You know, that in those days a successful scheme, we judged it by achieving 30 to 35 apprentices over 4 years. And again, as I recall it, there were probably a few schemes that were in single figures for 18 months, 2 years. The other thing that's important to recall is the dedication of the managers. You know, they were 1 and a bit operations, again, as I recall, and they created something that was really worthwhile on low salaries, long hours, drove their own cars usually, and mini budget. And it's interesting that a lot of those people are still there. You know, there was something about group training, you know, that those that were involved in it that really grabbed people.
We tried to encourage people to be entrepreneurial, and yeah, okay, we did have budget limits, and we were required to maintain number limits on schemes. We couldn't just let them grow at what we now know would have been their potential. When I look back on my experience in group apprenticeship, I remember joining something that was very small and confusing. And when I left, I was with a group of people who were extremely dynamic and, well, had visions then that far exceeded what I could have ever imagined that they'd reach. But they had that vision then.
Standing on group training had been going for about 8 years, and we found that we were getting ourselves into a bit of a rut, and our growth was not what we required, and we didn't really know what we were going to do. And one day at a TAFE college I met a man who was talking about total quality management and other sorts of 3-letter acronyms that were an entirely new concept to me. So I went away and did a little bit of investigation, and I liked what I was seeing. So I read a little more and came back and discussed it with the staff, and we started to focus on this thing called quality, and the staff enjoyed it. We started to get a better team cooperation. We enjoyed our work a lot more. We clarified a lot of things. We started to get things like goals and aims into focus. We developed our mission and vision statements and started to work on that from there. We developed more procedures and formalised a lot of the things that we've been doing. And whilst this procedure was going on and time was passing, our goals were being achieved much better, and we were getting somewhere a lot quicker. One of the better things to come out of that, apart from achieving our goals, is that it has been much more satisfying for all of the team, all of the staff have commented that working here is a pleasurable and a fun place to work.
Well, I think that the future for group training is very exciting, and the future is really what we can make of it.
We should see a great increase in our numbers if we can once again take advantage of the changes that are going to happen and be innovative about it. There's a lot of room for us to expand our market share.
Also with the growth and the recognition for competency-based training, our organisations will certainly be best placed to meet most of those criteria with both small and large businesses.
And I guess in the future, if we're talking over the next 10 years, I see that growth continuing.
And the challenge is being thrown to all group training companies in Victoria to meet a target, to meet a goal, to achieve a position in this state that no other organisation has met previously. And that challenge is to create 20,000 employment places through group training companies by the year 2000.
Engage.